Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a book that, even though it was written way back in 1967, might just be more relevant than ever. It's Guy Debord's The Society of the Spectacle, a really powerful critique of modern life, and we're going to break it all down.
So, right out of the gate, Debord hits you with this powerful, almost haunting claim. What he's saying is that our entire experience of reality has been fundamentally changed. That authentic, real, lived moment, it's been pushed aside, and in its place, we have its image.
Okay, that's a huge idea, right? So to really get a handle on it, we need to unravel his main concept, the one thing that ties this whole theory together, the spectacle.
So, what did Debord actually mean by this word spectacle? To really understand his argument, we've got to get this definition right.
This right here, this is the absolute key. For Debord, the spectacle isn't just about the ads on TV or the pictures on our phones. It's much deeper. It's the very fabric of how we connect with each other, a whole new way of life where we relate to one another through the images that society pumps out.
And this is where we can bust the biggest misunderstanding of Debord's work. The spectacle isn't just some superficial layer on top of the real world. No, he argues it is our new reality. It's a whole worldview, a way of seeing everything that has become solid, concrete, the very heart of our society's unreality.
Now, you might be thinking, how did we get here? Well, according to Debord, this didn't just happen overnight. He actually traces a historical shift in how we value life itself, what he saw as a kind of degradation of human fulfillment. And this just lays it out so clearly. First, he says, our value came from our character, from who we were. That's being. Then, with industrial capitalism, that shifted. It became about what we owned. That's having. And now we're in the final stage, appearing, where value comes from what we seem to have. It's all about the image, the appearance of possession.
And here's the kicker. In this system, authentic, unstaged reality is actively pushed aside. We're sort of given a stage to perform our lives on, but only if that performance lines up with the spectacular image, not our messy, unscripted, actual reality.
So what's the engine driving this massive shift? According to Debord, there's one primary force behind it all, the commodity.
This is the vital link he makes between the economy and our social lives. The logic of capitalism, of buying and selling, has become so total that it doesn't just produce goods anymore, it produces our entire visual and social world. Capital itself has turned into an image.
And this is where the spectacle really grabs hold. Our social life gets completely taken over by the logic of the commodity, which means everything is seen through the lens of what can be bought and sold. We're so surrounded by it, we can't see anything else. And get this, even our own dissatisfaction is captured and sold back to us as a new product that promises a solution. Celebrities become these ideal living commodities we're meant to copy. And our sense of freedom, it gets shrunk down to these false choices between products that are almost exactly the same.
Okay, so there's another key piece to this puzzle. It's not just about things. It's also about the spectacle's complete takeover of how we experience time itself. Debord draws this really interesting contrast between traditional natural time and what he calls spectacular time. Think about it like this. Before, life was largely governed by the seasons, by natural rhythms. Now, it's governed by the clock, an endless, infinite series of identical abstract units. It's the time of production, a kind of time that's designed to be filled up with work and buying things.
So, what about our free time? Our weekends? Our vacations? Surely that's different, right? Well, Debord says not so fast. He argues that even our leisure isn't true freedom. It's just another product, a fully equipped block of time, packaged and sold to us as an escape, when really it's just a more concentrated dose of the spectacle itself.
So if modern life is a spectacle, if it's this giant theater where we're all just spectators, is there a way out? I mean, did Debord offer any hope?
Yes, he did, but his answer was pretty radical. He wasn't calling for some kind of political coup. He was calling for a revolution of everyday life, a conscious struggle to take back our real, authentic lives from the images that represent them. It's about creating moments and situations that are unscripted, that aren't mediated, basically to stop being passive spectators and start actively creating our own history.
And this is the ultimate image Debord leaves us with, a perfect closed loop where the system only reflects itself, completely disconnected from what humans actually need or desire. It's a world made by commodities for commodities. And that leaves us with a final thought. Remember, Debord wrote this over 50 years ago,
long before the internet or social media even existed. So the question for us is, in our world of personal branding, influencer culture, and just endless content, where do you see the spectacle today? Is it possible it's become even more pervasive than Debord could have ever imagined? And what does it even mean to live an authentic life in the society of the spectacle?